Why are you trying to do this so far away from the mainland? Well, because you're trying to do something illegal. That's why. Hello, this is Carrie O'Donnell from Tarot Soul Writer. And if you would like a personal reading with me, please go to my website, tarotsoulwriter.com, and I'd be happy to do a reading for you. Today is a short reading, and I'm calling it Guantanamo. Now, I knew I was going to do some deep dives moving into this month, and I had in my mind, the next video I'm going to do, I think is going to look at F-47 and the Panama Canal, because I had a weird feeling about that. But when I woke up this morning, and this is Thursday, January 30th, all I can think of was Guantanamo. Guantanamo. I could see it across my mind's eye. So apparently that's what my guides wanted to talk about today. So I did this soul writing this morning. We know that F-47 wants to build a detention center in Guantanamo Bay facility or military facility. I'm going to call it a concentration camp because that's what it really is. Apparently, there is the military installation there. That is where there was a lot of controversy. Political prisoners were sent there under George W. Bush. There were allegations of torture and abuse. I think about 9 people imprisoned there did die on sight, and it was not a very pleasant time in American history, so it has the shadow over it. There is another facility, I guess, next door that they use for immigration purposes. They want to expand this. So this isn't like a holding station until, we can see what we're going to do with you kind of thing as far as people coming from Cuba and that area of the world. This is, let's send all of these undocumented immigrants to a larger facility, Guantanamo Bay. We will expand this facility to hold what they consider dangerous or the most dangerous undocumented immigrants. The problem here is we know that this is probably not going to happen. I'm not saying this as a psychic. I'm saying this as Carrie. This is Carrie the skeptic who would read the story and say, this doesn't sit right with me. Why are you trying to do this so far away from the mainland? Well, because you're trying to do something illegal. That's why. I mean, why else would you do it? You don't want what happens there to be easily seen. That would be my speculation. That's my worry. What are you going to do with these people? Are you going to hold them indefinitely? As some people said online, is this one step to the final solution? It's horrible to think about. But because of the things that have happened in the United States and because of his rhetoric and because we know the people who surround them, and probably he feels the same way, we know that we're like one step away from being Nazi Germany at this point. So we can't rule out any of those scenarios. We have a right to be concerned. And apparently my guides wanted to say something on this matter for you. And so this was my soul writing session. Banishment. Try to break out. We need to reconsider this. This is impulsive, rash. Nope. Dead end in your progress. Keep waiting. You will never get this going. Our defenses are weakened. Problems, delays, disaster. So this starts with, I feel, a proposition. Banishment. Let's banish them. Guantanamo Bay, right? Let's get them far away. Let's banish them from the mainland. Try to break out. It's kind of like, well, try to escape from that place, right? So there's a little bit of pep in their step when they say that. But there's another group that says we need to consider this. This is an impulsive decision. This is rash. There's a lot of ramifications to this. Slow down. Let's think about this. And I feel like the Dems would just say no automatically. So this could be other Republicans, other people in F-47 circle who may say, hey, let's not go there just yet. And then you get more of the resistance. Nope, dead end in your progress. Keep waiting. You're never going to get this. Our defenses are weakened. Problems, delays, disasters. I feel like this is the military because they would be the ones making the decision. And they're actually saying our defenses are weakened, which makes me feel like when this really gets going, the military is going to have a lot on their plate. They feel like they can't deal with this right now. We're not going to do this. Problems, delays, disasters. I just hope that this isn't some sort of natural disaster that, say, the military may have to deal with, or our National Guard. Whatever this is, they have too much on their plate, and they're like, no, it's not going to happen.
Nope.
This is when I get this Queen of Wands energy that I got in my opening deck. And I get a woman, and I don't know who she represents, but she comes up more than once in this reading. So I write a woman, the fiery feminine, a leader. I will make my own decisions. I do have the power to influence others. I am independent. There are two things that came to mind, two possibilities for this woman or this woman's energy. The first thing I thought of was the leader of Mexico. Since many of her citizens, the ones who are in trouble here or who potentially could be sent away, it's almost like she's saying, I'm going to make some decisions here. I'm a leader of my own country. I have the power to influence others. I can get other people on my side here. I'm independent. I don't have to listen to you. There's something like that. The other scenario might have something to do with the military or someone in government, someone that would be part of a decision or part of the creation of these camps. I was under the impression that the United States, like he could just make an order for the United States military to take care of this or to do this. I don't know if he needs any other people in authority. If you know otherwise, please comment below. If you have some ideas of who this woman could be, but she seems to be in the way of progress. She seems to be someone who's saying, I'm not going to go along to get along, and I'm going to speak out on this matter. This isn't going to happen on my watch.
Nope.
So whether she's Mexico or one of our allies, or if this is someone internally who is not following orders, there seems to be this energy that stands in F-47's way. Then I got the voice of F-47. I have the ability to make laws. This is my domain. I order you. Build it. Schemes and structures. He acts forcefully and with conviction. I'm the boss. I have the power. So again, he basically says, well, I don't really care. So if she represents something that's in his way, as far as the government, he just says, I can do what I want. I told you to build it, build it. He seems to be moving forward here. Then I wrote, we are in the planning stage, a work in progress, just beginning, early development. You can't rush this. Initial action. Work harder. Put your back into it. Imagine the next steps. No, you must draw a line there, ruling party. You will have blood on your hands. In this section, the people who are actually following his order now at this point and just, okay, we're going to build this, we're going to expand this camp. they're kind of dragging their feet. It's like, oh, but we're just in the planning stage. We have to plan it. It's a work in progress. We're just beginning. You can't rush this. So it feels like, okay, we're going to execute his orders, but they're going at a slow pace. And he's like, come on, let's go. Let's put you back into it. Let's get this going. And then someone said, and I feel this, maybe the Democrats, or I'm going to assume it's the Democrats, but they say, no, you must draw a line there, ruling party.
Nope.
You will have blood on your hands. So someone is giving him a warning here that, okay, you're getting your camp, but you better not do anything more than detain people, because blood will be on your hands. And there's a line here. There's a line in the sand. This seems to be drawn for him. Like, we are not going to go to this next level with these detention camps. I then wrote, it's all about the money. Don't worry. An inflow of cash is coming. We'll supply your needs. Yes, this is my wish. Timing is pushed back due to blockages. This moves slowly. They do not hit their target. There is no money. Guantanamo's past is too heavy, too much. It casts a huge shadow on the enterprise. They begin construction, but it never gets off the ground. So we start somewhere in the middle of this process after Trump said, okay, let's do double time because you're not going fast enough. And then they're like, we don't have any money.
Nope.
Like, there's not enough money here to do that. Sorry. And he's like, don't worry, an inflow of cash is coming, which is so F-47, right? It's coming. No problem. We'll get it for you. We'll get you what you need. We'll supply as you need. Yes, that's my wish. Let's do this. But it's still moving slowly. They say, again, there is no money. There is no money to do what he wishes to do. It's all talk here. And the line, Guantanamo's past is too heavy, too much. It casts a shadow on this enterprise. I feel like the public is not supporting this. Everything that Guantanamo represented from the past comes up in the media, comes up in the public narrative. This is not going well. Okay, we're not getting this funded. We're not going fast enough for F-47. They're dragging their feet. Nobody wants to do this. Okay, nobody wants to do this. That's when I hear, we'll withhold the money, the resources. You receive what you give. My intentions are clear. This is a little scary because what I think he does is a squeeze. And I think this is some sort of political thing. So there's a possibility Trump asks for more money, maybe from Congress or from the governmental budget in order to do this. And if they're saying no, and that's why I keep getting no money, I mean, maybe that's the line drawn in the sand. He's saying, well, then we're going to withhold the money and the resources. I'm afraid that this is going to be some sort of a budget squeeze on the American people. Fine, I don't get my Guantanamo money, then no Social Security checks go out, or children don't get funding for education, or whatever else. Please don't panic about that. I just completely made that up, and I'm trying to give an example of the things he's going to try to do to make people suffer. Let's shut down that government again. Okay, something like that, where nobody's getting paychecks. Nothing is working until I get my Guantanamo money, right? So there is some sort of funding he's getting here. He's playing hardball again. He's doing all of those shenanigans. And then I hear reason triumphs. A long-awaited goal, working with children. The truth comes out. Revelation. We have caught you red-handed. Genetics. There's a lot here to unravel, okay? Reason triumphs, a long-awaited goal, working with children. The truth comes out. So there seems to be, I don't know how far in advance this is. Is this next year? Is this a few months from now? but it seems like children are speaking about maybe their experiences. Some sort of truth or revelation is coming out, what they're doing with children. I'm really, really concerned with this idea of genetics. Are they trafficking here? And that's what we're hearing about the children. Genetics. Is there plans for, slave work camps? Are there plans for something even worse? I actually asked the dowsing rods if they had plans for any kind of final solution, and my rods wouldn't answer me.
Nope.
So as far as I'm concerned, maybe that's something that they don't want to talk about right now. Maybe that's something that may not be relevant right now. Maybe it isn't on their minds right now to go to that step, but there is something here, something that they're doing with the money, something they're doing with the children, some kind of revelation that I guess exposes the motivation for a Guantanamo detention center for undocumented immigrants. To make sure, I used my dowsing rods and I asked, will Guantanamo detention center be turned into an actual concentration camp that we should be concerned about? And the dowsing rod said no.
Nope.
This is good news. Maybe that's why my guides wanted to talk about it. But in short, it seems Trump has these plans. He's going to try to expedite these plans, but the plans go slowly. Things are not rolling like they need to be. They say, hey, we don't have any money for this. He puts the squeeze on the American people to try to get his money. But in the process of all of this, exposes maybe a darker agenda that the public wants nothing to do with. He's caught red-handed. This probably has something to do with the money. I mean, remember the wall? There was fraud concerning the wall. And I can say entertainment purposes only, but that actually came out in the news. Is this another scheme that's being upended? The good news is it is. So I think my guides wanted me to tell you that even though it might look a little bad, a little scary for a little bit of time, this is not going to happen. Okay, this is the end result. What he really wants is not going to happen. I have this vision of buildings under construction, but not finished. So if that's a symbol, that means it's not going to be finished. This is not going to be executed, or it could actually be literal. Like that's as far as they get. They run out of funds. Some other things happen. This is put on the back burner. So there shouldn't be anything to worry about here. And that is my reading on Guantanamo Bay Detention Center and F-47's future plans. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with all your friends. Hang in there, everybody. I'll be back with another deep dive. Until then, have a good day. Bye-bye.
Nope.